Is it possible to smoke ribs on a gas grill? Let's give it a shot. Stay tuned. All right, so I'm gonna smoke up 2 racks of ribs, a full rack of spare ribs, and also some baby back ribs. So I'm just gonna take these out of the package. All right, so the first thing that I do anytime that I open up a package of ribs is I give them the sniff test. I know it's kind of weird, but trust me, there's been plenty of times where I've come home with ribs, open up the package, get ready to cook, and there's a funk to them, so I gotta take them back and exchange them for some fresh ribs. So I'm gonna smell these spare ribs, no funk whatsoever. Smell these baby backs, absolutely perfect. I'm sure that's happened to a lot of you guys before, where you open up a package of ribs and the funk is real with those ribs, and you got to take them back, and it kind of ruins your cook because you got everything on a time schedule, right? All right, so now I'm just going to dry up the surface of these ribs, get all the excess liquid off. So when it comes to spare ribs, my trim game has really changed. I keep it super simple. I don't remove the membrane. All I do is remove this breastbone right here. And the only reason that I remove this is because when you're cutting your ribs, you cannot cut through this really thick breastbone right here. So real simple, just get a sharp knife. Now this is all cartilage right here. So it's really simple. Take that off, just like that. So don't throw this breastbone away. There's plenty of good meat on here. I'm gonna go ahead and toss this in my smoker. My gas grill. The only other thing that I do is I square off the ribs. So this flap of meat, and usually the smallest bone right here, I take that off. Just like that. Now when it comes to baby back ribs or pork loin ribs, the only thing that I do is I remove the membrane off the back. And the only reason I do that is because the membrane on the back of the baby back ribs seems a little thicker to me. So what I like to do is lift that membrane clear to the other side. See that? All I'm doing is lifting it from the middle, get to the other side of the rack. Now at this point, you don't need your napkin. Just grab the membrane right here in the center, hold the ribs in the middle, and lift up, just like that. Super simple. All right, let's season up our ribs. I'm gonna start with a little bit of mustard as a binder. Let me know in the comment section, are you guys team mustard or team no mustard? Or binder or no binder? And if you do use binder, what do you guys use as a binder? So one of the big changes when it comes to trimming my spare ribs is I used to remove this skirt right here, and now I just leave it alone. That's just a lot of extra meat, and customers don't mind that. All right, let's season up our ribs. I'm starting with this El Dinero seasoning from PS Seasoning. Now this is a barbecue seasoning, but it can also be used as a taco seasoning. And I gotta tell you, it adds just the right amount of heat to your barbecue. So add a light layer, just like that. Whew, man, this is gonna make me sneeze right here. I actually used this rub on some smoked chicken the other day, and it was fantastic. All right, so my second rub, I'm gonna be applying a nice layer of this cherry bomb rub, also from PS Seasoning. Now, if you notice, these new larger containers are available from PS Seasoning. Before, all they had was these smaller containers, and I'm glad to see that these much larger containers are now available. So add a nice layer of the cherry bomb rub. These 2 rubs combined is gonna give us a nice sweet and also a little bit of heat. All right, these ribs are ready for our gas grill. Let's see if we can smoke them. Stay tuned. All right, so we're outside at my Monument Grill's Eminence 605 gas grill. Now this grill has quickly become my go-to grill for burgers, steaks, bratwurst, and rotisserie chicken. As I mentioned earlier, today I'm gonna put it to the test and see if we can smoke some ribs on a gas grill. Now if you notice, the main chamber does have 6 burners. Now the red burner that you see on the far right side is for the infrared burner when you're cooking rotisserie chicken. Now you also have an infrared burner on the far left side. You can use that to sear your steaks. I've used it to grill up some vegetables on a cast iron pan, and it is absolutely fantastic. Now on the far right side of the grill, you do have the electronics portion of it. Yes, you do have to have power running to the grill, or you can run a mobile power unit and plug it into the front, and that will power up this unit as well. Now you do have 2 temperature probe connections, so you can monitor the internal temperature of your meat. Now Monument Grills does have an app as well, so you can monitor the temperature in the comfort of your home. Alright, so the temperature is still running 307 degrees, so I'm going to lower it about halfway on both knobs. Now that should get us to 275 degrees. Let's load up our ribs. Whoo, this baby is hot. Alright, so to create our smoke, I do have 2 smoke tubes here, and I've got them filled with smoking pecan pellets. And smoking pecan pellets are made with 100% pecan shell, and these pellets smoke more than any pellet that I've ever used. I'm going to light up our smoke tube with my gas torch. Now if you don't have a smoker and all you have is a gas grill, get yourself a couple of smoke tubes, fill them up with smoking pecan pellets, and smoke some barbecue on your gas grill. Alright, going in with our baby back ribs first. So as I mentioned earlier, the only burners that I'm using are the 2 outer ones on this gas grill. And here are the spare ribs. This is a big rack right here. I gotta tell you, it's gonna be interesting to see if we get a smoke ring on these ribs. Now, if we don't, remember that's not an indication of smoke flavor, but we're gonna see if we can get a smoke ring. I'm gonna smoke these for 2 hours, again, 275 degrees, and I'll bring you guys right back. Stay tuned. Alright, so it's been 2 hours since we loaded our ribs. Let's take a look at them. Oh yes, look at that. Alright, so our smoke tubes are still smoking. Now I may have to reload the smoke tube on the right side because it looks like we ran out of pellets there. This little trim piece looks ready. Look at that. That's cooking really fast, but that's because it's close to that fire. I'm going to yank off a piece and give it a quick taste. That little piece that I tried from the rib trim is so good, and believe it or not, it's got a good smoky flavor as well. You know, these ribs have a really nice color already. Now they are getting a little bit overcooked on these edges, so it's probably a better idea to put them vertically instead of horizontal on the grill. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap these up. And of course the wind is picking up, so I'm going to place them in some foil. And I do have some glaze right here, and my glaze is real simple. Make some simple syrup and mix it 50-50 with your favorite barbecue sauce. Now the sauce that I am using is my homemade barbecue sauce. And to make a simple syrup, it's really easy. So boil 1 cup of sugar and 1 cup of water. Bring it to a heavy boil, turn it off and let it thicken. And then mix that 50-50 with your barbecue sauce. That's how you make a simple syrup. Wrap them really nice and tight. Place them back in the smoker. Here's our baby backs. All right, so at this point, I'm gonna cook the ribs for another hour and 15 minutes. Again, I have the outer burners on, and they are set to about the halfway point or medium temperature right now, and that's been running, again, 275 degrees. So I will see you guys in an hour and 15 minutes. Stay tuned. All right, so another hour and 15 minutes has passed. Total cook time, 3 hours and 15 minutes. Let's unwrap our ribs. All right, so all I'm doing at this point is I'm going to create a foil boat with these ribs. Oh yeah, these ribs rendered a lot of fat. Got some nice pullback on these baby back ribs already. Man, I gotta tell you, these ribs are looking really good. So at this point, I just want that surface to dry up for a little bit, probably 10 minutes, and I'll bring you guys right back. Stay tuned. All right, and just like that, 10 minutes have passed. Let's go ahead and sauce up our ribs. Again, I'm using a glaze. Look at that. Yeah, buddy. Don't be shy with your glaze either. As you can see, we still have plenty of smoke on these ribs. I'm gonna let that sauce tack up for about 15 minutes, and I'll see you guys inside. Stay tuned. All right, so the ribs are ready, and they have been resting for about 5 minutes, but take a look at these beauties. Can you guys tell if these were smoked or cooked on a gas grill and not a smoker? I can't, but let's slice into them. I'm gonna move my spare ribs out of the way and slice into these baby backs first. But I gotta tell you, the aroma and the appearance is absolutely amazing. So let's cut a couple of bones off. Oh yes, nice and tender. Did I hit a bone? I sure did. Looks like I hit a bone, so I'm just gonna cut it more on this side here. And tell you what, I'm gonna flip these ribs. I normally cut them on this side because I can see the bones. This makes it much easier to cut the ribs if you just flip them, because the bone is exposed. Look at that. I gotta tell you, these are definitely going to be nice and tender. All right, let's see, we got a smoke ring. Grab one of these ribs right here. Well, if there is, it's very light on the outside, but honestly, I can't see a really big smoke ring. But again, that's not an indication of flavor. So let's slice into our spare ribs. Move these up here. Again, I'm gonna flip them upside down and slice into them this way right here. Oh man, these are really tender. All right, let's flip these bones here. Man, these ribs smell amazing. The key is going to see if we have a smoky flavor. All right, let's see. Do we have a smoke ring? Not that I can. I see a very slight smoke ring, but not anything too pronounced. But let's give them a taste. All right, let's give these baby back ribs a try first. But by the way, I don't know if you guys can see that, but we definitely have a smoke ring on this outer edge. But let's give them a taste. Here we go. All right, so is the smoke flavor there? Yes. Now, is it really heavy, like an offset smoker or maybe a pellet smoker? No, it's very subtle, but it's there. And I gotta tell you, there's a lot of people that don't like that heavy smoke flavor. This is it right here. So I normally don't cook baby back ribs, but I gotta tell you, these are delicious. All right, let's try these spare ribs. Look at these monsters right here. That looks absolutely amazing. Here we go. Man, this is why I love spare ribs over baby back ribs. Not to say the baby back ribs weren't good, but these are juicier. They have a little bit more fat. And to be honest with you, I'm picking up more smoke flavor off of the spare ribs. Oh yeah, these spare ribs definitely have more smoke flavor. So why is that? Well, I didn't spritz them. The only thing that I can think of is that since these are fattier, there's more fat on the surface, and you know that smoke likes to stick to a wet surface, and I'm sticking to that theory, but I gotta tell you, these ribs are so good. So I know there's a lot of people that may live in an apartment where you can't have a smoker, but you can have a gas grill. I gotta tell you, grab yourself a couple of smoke tubes, use your gas grill to smoke some ribs. These ribs came out better than what I expected. If you guys are looking for a gas grill, make sure you guys check out the Eminence 605 series from Monument Grills. Check out the link below and get yourself a huge discount. I hope you guys enjoyed this smoked rib video, or is it gas grill video? I'm gonna call them smoked rib video. If this is your first time to my channel, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. Until next time, Joe with Smokin Joe's Pit BBQ. See ya.